Hey guys, welcome back to Gunpla News, episode 27 for February 2017. This is part 2, announcements. Alright, so not really a whole lot of announcements this month, but some kind of interesting stuff and some other stuff that was like kind of teased, or we kind of saw like a little bit about this stuff before, but we're just kind of getting some official announcements about it. So just want to go over some of this stuff with you guys. First thing is actually a Gundam Marker set. This is the Gundam Marker Advanced set. This is out this month in February for 1,200 yen. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I don't actually like Gundam markers. I usually recommend people to not use them. They do have some uses, but generally there's just much better ways to do anything that you can do with a Gundam marker. You can do better in different ways. That's my opinion, but if you do like using Gundam markers, if you do want to check these out, I just want to let you guys know about them. This set is going to include Gundam New White, Gundam Red Gold, Gundam Light Blue, Gundam Purple, Titans Blue, and a Char Pink 2. So those are the colors that are going to be, I mean, it's cool colors, but it's Gundam markers. I mean, anyway, next thing is the Robot Damashi G Fighter version anime. So the Robot Damashi is continuing the version anime line now with the G Fighter. Of course, it has all this different stuff you can do with it, putting the Gundam in it and having the core fighter and the flyer and the tank and all of this kind of things you can do with that. This one's going to be out in June for 6,500 yen. Check that out if you're interested. Next, getting to some p-bandai stuff, we had a few things announced. And the first thing is the p-bandai Master Grade GM Sniper 2 White Dingo unit. So in my review of the GM Sniper 2, I kept calling it, what did I say, White Wolf, I think by accident. Sorry, it's White Dingo. Anyway, this is going to be out in March for 3,800 yen. So the same price as the regular kit, which is nice. That's if you can get it at list price, depending on where you live in the world. But yeah, basically it comes with new colors, of course, and it comes with a new shield and new rifle. This has the rifle of the GM Sniper 1, and then it has the shield, which is kind of like it's like a kind of ground Gundam shield with the like half of a RX-78 Gundam's shield on it, which is kind of interesting. So it's an interesting unit. I'm not going to get that. I prefer that sniper rifle, actually. I prefer that beam sniper rifle more than the one that was included with the GM Sniper 2, but it's all good. Alright, next, this is the p-bandai RG Gundam XCR Repair 2. This one's going to be also out in March for 2,700 yen. This feels like this has actually been released before. I'm not sure if this is actually a new release in the p-bandai lineup or if this is a re-release. I can't remember, but it really feels like I've seen this before, or there's just so many different versions of the XCR Repair that I could just be mistaken. But that will be out then pretty soon, so check that out. The one thing I like about the promo images that they actually put out like this promo image where you can see where actually the new parts are. So if you're someone like me and you're not really all that familiar with the Gundam Exia, you can see like exactly where those new parts lie on the kit. So it's cool they did that, and I kind of wish that they would do that for when they release kits like this more often. But anyway, next thing is a couple of things from Gundam Unicorn. This is the p-bandai HGUC Dom Troppen Unicorn version. This is out in April for 1,800 yen. So basically this is the exact same kit as the regular HGUC kit, but it includes it's probably 2 new pieces to make this new hand, to make the hand that's like holding the 2 grenades in it, like as it's seen in, I think that's episode 4, I believe, of the Unicorn OVA series. The Zeon Remnants Assault on Torrington Base is kind of when you see that in this series. And it's a really cool, like, 2-second shot in that series, in that episode, when the Dom's like kind of going along with his grenades and he throws them and they kind of shoot off, and it's a cool thing, and like that looks like a cool kit just because of that. But that's probably just 2 new parts to make that hand. It's probably just like sandwiched pieces, that's it. The rest of that is all totally exactly the same. Anyway, next is the p-bandai HGUC Jagan Echoes type Conroy use. So this was another really cool scene of just like a few seconds, but this one I guess was a little bit more. This was maybe 30 seconds we'll give it, but probably not even that. This was from that scene when the Shazam Gallus and the Zissa are like on like the flight deck of that ship in space, and this Jagan comes out and shoots them up anyway. So it was a cool thing, and this one has a little bit more in terms of new parts. There's a few new parts. I think pretty sure that pistol is new. The knife on the shoulder I think is new. But I think that might be everything that's new. That visor, I'm not sure, maybe as well. But again, just another p-bandai Jagan. I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and count, but it's got to be like 6 or 7 different p-bandai variations of the Jagan that have been made so far. It's kind of crazy. Really wishing for a master grade someday soon. Anyway. As I mentioned in part 1, talking about the Gunpla news, we kind of got the announcement of a Master Grade Justice Gundam. Basically, the magazine said that it's not like confirming that, but that Bandai will be making an announcement of something about a Master Grade Jagan soon. So if I remember correctly, or if I read the translation correctly, I actually heard that from a friend of mine. So yeah, basically, that's the story with that. There's apparently going to be a Master Grade Justice Gundam coming out. Or just remember, the one that we saw on display last year at the Gunpla Expo was not actually a Master Grade Justice Gundam. That was just a kit bash, kind of custom, just made for that display. So that is not actually to be taken as what the Master Grade is going to look like exactly. Next, not very surprisingly, is the 100 scale Gundam Bale. This is going to be out in March for 3,200 yen. This one, I think is going to be the last in the 100 scale line from Gundam IBO. So it's 100 full mechanics, I should say. So it does have some kind of cool gimmicks. I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of gimmick built into the wings that we haven't really seen yet, or it's kind of hard to see, but it looks like there's something going on there with that. Also, it's kind of cool that I didn't notice this before, that it actually pulls the sword from like the back skirt, so like the hilt like connection for the sword is actually like on the back skirt rather than the side skirt, which is kind of interesting. Not really a big fan of the shoes. If you guys are like a little bit older like me, or like my age, then maybe like when you were young you used to watch Doug, like old Nickelodeon show Doug. If you guys remember, there was that episode of Doug where there were these shoes. I forget what the name of the shoes were. There's some like popular basketball shoes. It was supposed to be like kind of like Nike Airs, kind of Air Jordans, but like in the Doug universe. But then like there was like no shoes left, and Roger, like Doug's enemy, got the shoes, but they were like the last pair of shoes, so they were like really huge size, that like the last pair left, and they were just these really giant shoes. Or was it that Doug got the giant shoes? Anyway, there was some giant pairs of shoes, and that's what these shoes on this kit reminded me of. This giant feet on the Bale, and just like also not the fact that they're giant, but just the shape of them as well, just remind me of those really huge basketball shoes from that episode of Doug way back when. So anyway, just one thing also to note is that, like with the Barbatos Rex, that is also going to be coming out this coming month actually, the Gundam Bale, the first production run is going to be including an action base, which is pretty cool. So if you do want this kit, then get one right away so that you can get this action base included. It's just a white action base, and it also includes a couple of stickers as well. I think they're just Galahorn stickers that come with that one. So that's, yeah, pretty cool. Next thing is the HG Build Fighters Super Fumina Axis Angel version. This is something at the Gunpla Expo. We saw a kind of like silhouette of this, but just now we actually have like a whole bunch of official images and like official confirmation that it's actually coming out soon. This will be out in March for 2,200 yen. So I believe, if I remember correctly, that's the same price as the original Super Fumina kit. At first, when I saw this, I was like, ugh. And then I was like, yeah. And now I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, it's all right. Just, I don't know. It's, I like the Cubile, and this is basically like a Super Fumina, but just like with like Cubile design aspects with the armor. And then also like the angel wings on it, it's kind of much, but it matches it. It's just kind of matches the ridiculousness of it. I do also like that it looks like the skirt part of this is maybe not going to be that rubbery skirt, which was on the Super Fumina kit. Really hated that was like soft rubber. So it looks like maybe this is not going to have that, hopefully. So we'll see anyway. So I'm sort of optimistic about this kit actually. I think it would be cool to paint this up like as like a Cubile Mark II, so in like the red or like dark purple colors of the Cubile Mark II. Probably a good chance we'll see like an Expo exclusive version of this kit in those colors or something. Just saying, I can imagine that probably coming to be a reality later this year, but we'll have to see about that. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be out pretty soon, and it looks kind of interesting. Another thing Bandai is still continuing to milk is the HG Petite Guy. This is the Pretty Pink and Petite Guy version. So there's is just a pink, like a bright pink Petite Guy, and then it also comes with a Petite Guy, so an even smaller one, which looks like to be like just two pieces just sandwiched together, like front and back of this little tiny thing. Don't expect it to be much. I mean, it's going to be very, very small. Interesting things about this though is that you can plug it onto the back of the Petite Guy actually, which is kind of cool. So like how the Petite Guy sits on the back of the Bear Guy, this Petite Guy sits on the back of the Petite Guy. If you don't want to do that, it does also come with just the regular ribbon for the back of the Petite Guy if you want to just use that. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, that will be out in March for 500 yen. So it's been the same kind of standard price for those. And the last thing here is the HG, the Origin Char's Zaku 1. So yes, we already had HG Origin Char's Zaku 1, but that was the Char's Zaku 1 that was MS06S. I'm sorry, MS05S. This one is just the regular MS05 version. So this one doesn't have the spiked shoulders. This one just has like the just normal Zaku 1 type shoulders, just round, and then there's no armor on the other side. And then it just has, I think, just the standard Zaku machine gun, and then the same shield as the Booga. So yeah, it's kind of interesting thing. It also has some different colors. It's different colors from the 05S version before, which is not really a big deal if you paint, but if you don't paint, I guess so. I don't know. Already the previously released Char's Zaku 1 kit already kind of felt like not really anything to that, because the only thing new about it was the new machine gun for that kit. Everything else is just parts that you could get from other kits. I guess the backpack as well, but anyway, there was very minimal of anything new. This kit looks like there's absolutely nothing new to this at all, so that's not all that exciting. I mean, it's a nice kit, but... And then you have to imagine we're probably going to be getting like a Black Tri-Stars version of the Zaku 1 as well, and it's just like how many different versions of that same kit are we going to still continue to get. But anyway, this is also going to be out in March for 1,600 yen, and that is going to wrap up all the announcements for this month. So again, not really a whole lot, but some kind of interesting stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in part 3. We're going to be going over some updates. Yeah, bye.